Hey guys, it's Kevin, and I'm back recapping Big Brother 14. Last time Kara got evicted, and Frank won the HOH. It was pretty awesome. I love when someone's like on the block and they survive, and then they come to the HOH and they win, and it's just awesome. And then I love when the HOH, the previous one, doesn't like the new HOH, and they have to hand him that key, and Willie was just like, give it to him. Frank, I really like. I can't stand Mike Boogie, but I like Frank. I liked his victory double pump. It was awesome. So let's talk about tonight's episode. Pretty much Brittany was telling her other two team members or players, Shane and JoJo, not to associate with Willie, which is smart because no one in the house can stand him. And he's just a total cancer to the house. Like, he's just the obvious one that everyone wants out. So well, it's just like, you know what, y'all, like, if I win the POV, then I'll win HOH next week, and then, like, everything will be flipped again. What? That's not gonna happen. Spoiler alert. So, let's just go right into the coaches challenge. There was a lot riding on this one because if, whichever coach won could trade a person if they wanted to, or just protect a person, like the usual rules. So Brittany was like, I want to trade Willie, which is no surprise, but because whoever has Willie is going to lose player. Like, he's just such an obvious target. So the challenge was that, like, you were on a balance beam and you had to bring like a brick of cash to the other side and then stack it up like up however you can on the other pedestal. But if you fall off the balance beam or you drop a brick of cash, then you're out. So Brittany was winning at the beginning. She was moving back really quick, but then she dropped her cash. And like, the way it happened, it looked like she did it on purpose. Like, she just like knocked it aside. But I'm guessing that she wouldn't do it on purpose. But then it was pretty much a race between Mike, Boogie, and Janelle, since Dan was throwing yet another competition. Like, I know he's saying, like, oh, we need to appear weak, but you have one player left. You need to be fighting now. Like, why are you risking it? Like, he's risking it. So, so it was a fight between Boogie and Janelle. Boogie was winning. Like, he had a slight edge on her, and then he finished his tower, so he went to go ring the buzzer at the other end, but he stepped off the balance beam before he did it, so it did not count. So then Janelle went in and rung it in and did it. Like, she just did it. So, yeah, that was pretty funny how Boogie just totally screwed that shit up. But wouldn't it have been funny if Janelle fell off too and then Dan just won by default and he was just like, ooh. But, oh well. So, Janelle chose to save Ashley, and then she got to choose four people to be on slop. So she's like, of course, Willie. I mean, come on. And then she also picked Shane, JoJo, and Ian volunteered. So all of Team Brittany, and then Ian, again, 2 weeks in a row. I guess he likes it. He said something about how he wants to have the true Big Brother experience and will be like, he doesn't care if he's on slop every day. So, oh well, easy choice. So then, after the coaches competition, Willie just straight lost his shit. Yeah, he went absolutely crazy. There was a lot of things that they didn't show that I read on some spoiler blogs and stuff, where he apparently threw pork rinds at Janelle. I don't know if that actually happened. They didn't show that in the show. But he was calling everyone the C word, saying the house is full of C words. I don't like that word, so I won't say it. But, and calling them bitches, blah, blah, blah. So, him and, he was, like, totally going crazy. He was saying, like, I'm gonna get evicted this week, but before I get out that door. So, Joe was pretty much, like, thinking that one meant that he was going to hit someone. Which is scary. He's a scary guy. Like, if I was in there and he's just, like, threatening to attack, I would just hide. I would be like Ian in one of the first episodes and hide under that bench. So Brittany was like pretty much begging him to stop. Just stop. What you're like just putting a bigger target on JoJo and Shane's back. Like, you're just totally throwing everyone under the bus. And he just didn't care. It's a selfish little fuck. He just didn't care about anyone. He was like, I'm playing my own game, y'all. So then so when he was fighting with Brittany a little bit, and then JoJo was like, I'm just gotta be honest, like I'm just not gonna associate myself with you anymore. So he was like, okay, whatever. So then he went right up to the HOH and he said a thing about like, I'm gonna get evicted this week, but I'm gonna evict myself first, whatever. And so then he was downstairs just pacing, eating some pork rinds, just going crazy. And the way that Big Brother edited this part, it was like you were watching the live feeds because it was like it wasn't like edited at all, like it was just like straight, like no cuts, and it was so dramatic. Like I was watching it, like getting scared, even though I already knew it was going to happen. But it was just, it was exciting. So then he was like, that's when he started calling everyone the C word and saying everyone was bitches. So then, I'm not positive, but I think Joe then said, "Oh, you're the everyone in here is a fake except for you, or you're not the only fake." Well, something about being fake, and Willie just snapped. He went darting to the bathroom right into Joe's face, and then so Joe was like holding his thing, like his hands like this. I don't know if he was defending himself or like ready to do a little but it wasn't like a fighting stance. It was just like a huh. So I think he was trying to protect himself, but so yeah, and then the one person that's there to break it up in the bathroom is Ian. Ian's there and he's like, yo guys, stop, don't fight. He's just standing there in his towel. So then everyone upstairs is like hearing it like hit, because Willie was like, hit me. I don't know why he wanted Joe to hit him, because he's the one that was wanting to evict himself. I don't know, he wasn't making much sense. But then yeah, so then the producers came over the loudspeaker, and they were like, Willie, go away. So then as soon as they said that, he just goes in for the headbutt. He didn't headbutt as hard as I heard that he did, because like on the blogs I was reading, like the house guests were saying that like he headbutted him 4 times. I don't know, maybe they edited it out. I don't see why they would unless it was really violent. But yeah, scary. So he headbutted Joe. So then like Janelle was like dancing around. She wasn't dancing, but she was like downstairs, and so then because how they all came down from the HOH, and Willie was like, "Why is everyone down here to watch?" And Janelle's like, "It's our house too. We can do whatever we want." And she's like, "You're just a jerk, Willie." And, like apparently she flipped him off too, but they didn't show that. But that's just classic Janelle. She's hilarious. She has she has big balls. Not gonna lie. So yeah, so then Willie was called to the DR and he was excused just like Shima was in season 11. So crazy. So now they didn't even have nominations on this episode, even though there usually is, and so that's going to be carried over till Wednesday. So, if you want a little bit of spoiler, if you don't listen. I'm not going to say who was nominated, but they're not going to do what they did in season 11, where they had a whole new HOH, because all this happened before nominations. When Shima left last time, when she got expelled, she was already on the block. So they had to like do it all the week all over again, because they couldn't just like throw it. It would just made it too confusing. So yeah, it sucks. Poor Britney's team is getting thrown under the bus, and it sucks. I mean, oh well. But I just hate, it just drives me up a wall, because me being one person, but I know plenty of Big Brother fans around the world or around the country that would be dying to get on the show, and then these motherfuckers just are idiots. He like had one thing go wrong. Frank won HOH, and then look at him. You didn't see Kara running around like that. Poor Jody didn't even have a POV chance to save herself, and she was evicted, and she wasn't acting like a fool. So oh well, good riddance. Like, I mean, he brought drama. He was a freaking crazy psycho, but ugh, get him out of the house. He's violent. Oh my god, and the funniest thing was when after, like, the whole aftermath, and then they cut to the storage room, and Will with one L, Danielle, and someone else. I forget who it might have been Ashley. No, it wasn't Ashley. It was someone. Oh, shit, on a shingle. It was someone, but they're just embracing in the storage room. They weren't even there when the whole thing happened. What are they doing? Were they hiding? Were they like holding each other for cover? Like, he can't get us all if we're all holding each other. So I don't know. They're just a bunch of crazy bitches. But it was a great episode. It was very exciting. I was looking forward to that. Of course, it had to be at the end, but oh well. Okay, so what you say now about tonight's episode? Leave all your comments below. Yeah, what do you think about Willie's eviction or expulsion? He deserved it. He had it coming. Leave all your comments below, and I'll see you guys Wednesday.